Yo, people, welcome back to another video, and this is, of course, the big one. Manchester United taking on Chelsea. Manchester United are, what now, fifth, sixth, so if they win, it could be a big win for them. But must-win game for Chelsea also. Takes us to ninth, point behind Brighton, depending on what happens with them. But joining me is, of course, man with controversial takes. Also, he loves Mason Mount and eriktenhag, um, and is the one and only Cass from Neverfell. Oh,
No, one thing, yeah, you're waffling. Yeah, controversial takes. All right, tell me some of my controversial takes.
um,
Or
United second place.
I said that on a technicality that I don't even know who City gonna sign, and I had every single reason to think that we was gonna go and bomb on. But the Mason Mount, long live Mason Mount. I don't love him, by the way. He needs to prove to me why he's a Man United player. But we move on.
Yeah, to be fair, it does. But first, he must get back from injury. So yeah.
Oh, that old chestnut.
um, let's start with Manchester United. Now, I've said individuals because it's been basically that this whole season. Um, really, if you're winning a game, it's a few individuals scoring goals, setting something up. If you lose a game, it's one or two players. Onana in the Champions League, of course, but
Hmm.
also Bruno in some Premier League games, he stepped up. What's your like general thoughts on United season so far?
Garbage. Absolutely crap. That's what Man United season is so far. There's nothing more to it. I don't know how we're still we're sitting seventh and we're like, what, we like 9 points? Is it nine? We're in 24 points. We're 9 points off of first. And it just makes you think if Man United actually decided to make some correct transfers this summer, right? And obviously, bar injuries, I know we've had a lot. Chelsea's had a lot. Newcastle's had a lot. So if we take that away, if we actually got a capable enough centre back, if we decide to get a midfielder that actually works in a midfield to control a game, maybe another one somewhere in and around anywhere, you must wonder where Man United might be right now. Like that loss to Crystal Palace, regardless of it being offside when two people were there, it doesn't matter. You should go. You should be smashing them by 3 goals at your home ground, without a doubt. That Newcastle game, Newcastle weren't that great. Let's be honest, but Man United were just way worse. So they didn't even need to step up a gear. You think about it. I think about the game. I'm thinking, if we decided to do the correct summer that we should have done, then maybe we could have got a draw, maybe even nick to win potentially, considering maybe, just maybe. And there's obviously other little games like Arsenal. Probably would have lost that game regardless, but we gave that away. And it's just that was down to me, really and truly, the midfield. No one marking Erdegaard at the edge. So when you think about stuff like this, Chelsea's had a lot of transfers. Liverpool made the correct transfers. City, you could say, probably haven't, but they're still Manchester City. And even other clubs around Newcastle, you think like, wow, why is my club so deluded all the time? Last decade, how deluded can you be? Like, how do you sit upstairs in a Manchester United boardroom and think, you know what, this individual is going to do major bits at Man United, Mason Minerals Mount. Make it make sense. Oh, it makes sense. He's not even going to play against Chelsea tomorrow, which is actually quite annoying. So yeah, man, the individuality is probably what's getting us through certain moments in certain games like Garnancho and whatnot at the moment. I don't know where it clicks, but it needs to click against you. That's a fact.
No, please no. You usually badass. Oh, well, most of the time.
Yeah, I was there
Um,
last year. I'm going to the game. I'm going to the game on Wednesday as well. So hopefully, my good luck charm rubs off. Uh, you know,
I know United you will probably get something. But for me, the big thing for United has been just I think tenhag hasn't helped himself. The players also hasn't helped themselves, and even for him. But some of the 50-50 games, like Arsenal, um, Garnacho or whoever, I can't remember who, is not offside, and he goes on to score. You probably draw that game.
No,
Or
that would have
when,
made that would have made the game 2-1, I believe. Yeah, it would have made it 2-1.
yeah, you probably see
It's
out
one
the
all in.
game. Yeah, you see
Mm.
out the game, big 3 points. Some of the Champions League games like Copenhagen, you win that, you go on to the next game. It's
Galatasaray.
confidence.
Yeah, at the same time, I don't think he's helped himself either. But Onana hasn't helped himself either. Like, even in the Bayern Munich game, when you think about it, I think Onana made that Sane mistake, and you think, oh, damn, Man United were actually in that game for a minute. The Galatasaray at home, thinking, what happened there? And then obviously Copenhagen, maybe even both legs, even though we won one of them, is crazy. And then, yeah, I don't think Ten Hag's helped himself either. But I'm not going to start screaming Ten Hag, I want him out yet. It's just, I need to see certain individuals in there before I start rating it, and I need to see January personally. But you know, it's that big game that comes in December, typically against Liverpool away at Anfield, where it's like this might be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, no, it might be. I think for me, the only thing is it would be very harsh on tenhag if you have Rashford, Luke Shaw, Martial, all those types of players, Maguire, plus out another manager, like another one. Because what Martial's been there 9 years, 10 years, Luke Shaw same, and
Rashford's
sometimes
nearly
like
been there for a minute, yeah, pretty much the same
yeah.
time. Wait, how long has Marcel been there? Since 2015, I think. 15-16 season did we buy him? I think so. Yeah, he's been there something like that. Yeah.
So madness. But let's move on to Chelsea. Sometimes may be good, sometimes you know the rest. Um,
Yeah.
it's been a roller coaster, really.
I'm loving it.
Um, yeah,
I'm loving
goes
it.
go.
You know why? Last time, I think before your game, just gone, game week 13. After 13 games last season, you were 5 points better. See, I don't know if you won your next game at all. Like whether even your win against Brighton was quite controversial, but you done well for 10 men. Considering like the Mr. Energy had to come off, and then we'll see this. I think you're going to miss Gallagher against us. I think the press is going to be
Well,
going to
the
be different.
question
But
is,
with
are you
Chelsea's just so confusing. It's so you
yeah,
play good football, but then you've leaked a lot of goals lately. I,
mm,
I don't know. Levi Cole left back's kind of it's very confusing when Matson's there. And I'm thinking Matson's a talent. You've got a lot of talented players, and you just can't put the ball. You got no Action Jackson up front. But yeah, you create loads of chances. You're such a. It's easy to say a number 9 can go in there and go and make Chelsea a unit, and that might be the case to be fair, because it puts a lot of pressure away from the defense. Because that means the other team's going to have to attack at some point, and there's going to be a lot of gaps. Maybe it doesn't help the likes of Mudryk out, but yeah, you are a very, very confusing team. You're in 10th place again, and if you do lose against Man United, then who knows what teams may go above you? You might even back up in 12th. And then it's like, when do you start calling for Pochettino, or do you require patience and say, let's wait till we get a number 9? See, that's probably where you're in it's a bit different situation if you're a Chelsea fan, in my opinion, because obviously you're so used to success and so used to not having a season like this one, especially after last year. You don't want to be going through that, but you don't know what Chelsea's going to turn up. And this is your second away game, I think, against a top side. Last time was Newcastle. You got smashed 4-1.
Tottenham away.
Tottenham away at 9 men, 10 men from early. But to be fair, I'll give you credit. That game, I thought you was taking a lot of hold of the game before the Caicedo incident, before that goal. I thought you was taking hold. So you done quite well there. So, but obviously, where Tottenham's a bit expansive, as in going forward, I think that suits Chelsea, where Man United's a little bit more rigid, like Newcastle, a little bit more rigid, but they apply lots of pressure. Man United are just way more rigid. It might not benefit Chelsea as much because we don't play a high line. We don't do none of that. You don't know what you're going to get from Man United either.
That makes
Confusing.
this game
It's a
so
proper
great.
mid-off. It's a proper mid-off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But honestly, I think the Brighton game, for me, that was a slap in the face to Madsen because all 4 your fullbacks are out.
Yeah.
Oh, is the only defender that's played that left back. Why don't you bring him on? And then when you bring Madsen on, you play him at the right back. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm tired of the lower left back. I'm tired. It depends. I want to see I don't know if he's going to go with Raheem again and Raheem Sterling. And I'm hoping Raheem Sterling plays on the left to play Wan-Bissaka. That's all I care about. I don't care about Mudryk. I'll be so honest. I really don't care if he plays.
It'll be
Um,
Mudryk or Mudryk selling probably the wings
I
and
got and
Palmer.
Cole Palmer's going to 10, and then you're going to have to who else you're going to have to play Jackson. I think your team selects itself. See, maybe I'd prefer the low, but might prefer Shaw. I think this game, I'd probably put Shaw at left back to face Sterling all day long. I would have to,
Yeah,
but
just as a character.
Sterling's on fire, and I might bring back in Lindelof. I will drop the low after last game without a doubt. I think his confidence absolutely frustrates me. And then you got to think about the thing is what I'm looking at. Greasy Don, obviously, a lot of people may know him, may not, but he talks about, we just need quality, not pressing players. But I'm thinking, I'm not being funny. Enzo's not a pressing player. Cole Palmer's not really a pressing player. Does he? He presses in good moments, though. He is a City player. Well, he did grow up in City, so he knows how to, but that's not his game. His game isn't energy for
Yeah.
90 minutes, because then you realize, wait, who's going to come off the bench? Because he won't last 90 minutes. And I don't think Enzo Fernandez barely, after last game, he had to run his socks off. Had his best game in a Chelsea shirt, in my opinion, bar Liverpool. And he obviously got 2 goals, which is good on him. It's not really his game to score goals and assists. He's not my cup of tea at this moment of time. He needs to prove himself. But I'm thinking, like, where's the energy press going to come from Chelsea? Especially on a big pitch like Man United. It's not like Stamford Bridge. I'm not saying you can't do it. It's just, how long can you do it for? Because Chelsea do this thing where they're amazing for the first half. Typically, they're amazing, right? Loads of chances, and then there's a drop off. That's my only concern around that part. But then it's the same for Man United.
The thing is, the last 2 games, I wouldn't say we've pressed them because Newcastle, the first few like 20 minutes to try to see it out, we didn't really press them. There was no energy. Brighton, we I don't know what we tried to do because we didn't press them with our forwards. I think we maybe tried to compact the midfield or something like that. But look, for me, we've been up and down. Like that Brighton game, we done so well. Oh, like to get the 2 goals from the set pieces, but we didn't create much in the final third. 1 or 2 chances here or there. But when we play a what game? Let's say Arsenal. We play them off the park, yet we drew. Like we can play so well and not get a result. Then the Brighton game we play poor and we get a win. So you don't know what we will get from both teams really. But we moving on to this game more. We've got a stinky record at your gaff, you know.
I
I
know.
looked at it.
It's the same. It's same for us going to your gaff. No matter. I know Chelsea for a long time, and even from before the Roman Abramovich days. I was a bit young, obviously, but I still remember Hasselbank. I still remember Zola. Might be a little bit too much. You might know through like Premier League years or something on YouTube or something to know. I take it you're quite young, right? But even then, even in the 90s, Man United, Chelsea, no matter what it is, no matter how bad you were or how good you were at some points, Man United have always struggled against Chelsea when it goes to your gaff. But I just know when you come to our gaff, you're either going to get a draw, typically, which is, typically Chelsea and Man United games are low scoring. Always low scoring. So at this point, I remember last year, other than last year, we beat you 3-0, but you did play better football than us. If it wasn't for Kai Havertz being an absolute bum, you might beat us. You could have, or got a goal at least. Enzo played really well in that game, to be fair, as well. And Lewis Hall was amazing. Lewis Hall was amazing. Amazing. That's when I started looking at him thinking, you know what, this is a proper player. Obviously, he's not your player no more.
The record is I read what,
Stinky.
in 11 games, we got 2 wins, and you've got 4 wins. The rest are draws.
Yeah, I know. That's this.
So,
it's typically a draw, win, or if not, maybe the odd loss. But I don't see this Chelsea team as an amazing team to beat us. Yeah. Regardless, that's the only way I look at it. And I expect you to attack us, which I think is probably more suited because I want to counter attack. I'm dropping Rashford though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He's crap. If he's not scoring a goal, what is he really offering? That's the way I look at it. And Reece James is back. I'm thinking, who do I want against Reece James? To be fair, it's a bit of a difficult one in Garnancho because I think Garnancho might be a little bit weak against Reece James. Maybe he might need a Rashford. But for me, it's maybe
Well,
this is his last chance. I'm not playing. I'm still playing Garnancho. I'd rather run at Reece James. But then again, you
yeah,
need someone that's going to track him. If you don't have a winger that's going to track him, he's going to have fun.
nah. But it's so much should go into this game. But I honestly think we can beat you. But I'm just so almost cautious because I know United are so lucky at times. Like for example, Fulham, you played awfully, but
I don't think
Bruno,
Fulham weren't
in
that. Fulham weren't that good.
yeah,
They weren't that. But we did play awful. Yeah, I understand. We got that goal at what 89th
yeah.
minute or something like that.
So
Yeah.
it's just so it's something about United that always makes me go, maybe I shouldn't say they completely out of the game. Because that's what I did with the Everton game and you beat them 3-0. Then I said, Newcastle, you want to respond, then you lost. Um, so, yeah, but I think a response is definitely needed from United. We'll bring that, I don't know, really. Um, but we've got our own problems, really, because without
Consistency.
Gallagher, there isn't really a runner. Like you always need a runner in midfield, really.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
that's
looking at. I need to be dropping. See, the thing is, I'd say drop Scott McTominay, and then it's like, wait, who have you got? You got no Ericsson, you got no Casemiro, um, got no Mason Mount, who's meant to. Next to Kobe Mino, I think Mason Mount might should be actually okay. But then it's like, and then who's going to be the guy that's? I don't think your midfield is exactly strong. I don't think Enzo's a strong player. I don't think Cole Palmer's a strong player. Caicedo has got a bit brute, and I'm thinking like it's going to be such a crap game. I promise you. It's going to be
yeah.
such an arse game. Um, I just don't know.
We
Maybe the midfield picks itself. I'm personally picking Kobe and Amrabat because I want to overpower you, and I think it will be easy food that way. But I don't think the manager's going to do it because this is where it comes down to tenhag picking players. Where it's like, why the hell are you still playing McTominay? Yes, he scored 2 Brentford goals, but what's he done since that? Nothing.
yeah.
So where do we go from there? And it's the disjoint between the midfield to the defense. The gap is so huge. It's so huge. And this is where you miss Alessandro to get yourself up the pitch, to control the defense, to go up. And I'm thinking, if you keep this is what happens when you play Harry Maguire. Because you have to play a low block. And last thing you need is Mudryk, Jackson, and Sterling running in behind. Because I don't know who's catching up. I personally don't. If it's not Luke Shaw, Wan Bissaka, it's definitely not the centre backs. I'm not saying Lissandro is exactly fast, but the way
No.
it's about pressing the other team in the other in the other half, not your own. But
Yeah.
it might actually it might be the same for you guys. I wouldn't say you got a mad, crazy, quick defense, but then you Badiashile comes in now and it's like shit. Like Badiashile's a
Yeah.
monster. He's good in every area. I wouldn't say he's the quickest player in the world, but he's got strides, like really good strides. You know them players that
Yeah.
they don't look
Yeah.
fast, but they're absolutely gone. He's one. I think he's one of those.
That's-
Badiashile is actually really good. I'm hoping you play Levi Colwill again at left back. I'm
I
really
think
hoping.
I think Cucurella and James will come back as fullbacks or
Mm.
wingbacks. Once a player.
Thiago Silva mistake pending, maybe.
Um, we I don't know. Maybe. But we've talked a lot about who we're starting. Let's go to the lineups. We'll start with you. In goal, do you stick with onana?
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh wait, is this the are you trying to do combined?
no, just your 11
Oh yeah,
and
my
our
11 would be. I think it's going to be Anana. Um, I think he's going to put Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw as fullbacks. I think it's 1S. Is it 1S? That's not. Or you might have to if there might be a
yeah.
dash in the middle of his name.
Let's go. What is that?
Oh, no, Wan-Bissaka's got a little middle score in between his name. But that's not his spot. Aaron. Aaron's AAARON. Then take away one more and put an A.
Oh, okay. Like that. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Luke. I'm gonna say Maguire, Lindlof.
Maguire, Lindelof.
No, Lindelof. I think.
Yeah,
There you
there we go.
go. Luke Shaw. I'm hoping. You know what? I think he drops McTominay for this game. I'm gonna say Amrabat and Kobe, Bruno Fernandes.
Amrabat. Bruno.
Bruno, obviously, and
What's
then
your
I think
opinion on Bruno, really? Like,
I don't like him. It's not my sort. It's not my cup of tea whatsoever. Not my number 10. I don't really like him. He's just don't care if he gets GA. It's just not my sort of player. And then left wing, I think he drops Rashford as well. He has to. He has to. I'm putting Garnancho and Anthony. I would start that and Hoyland.
Anthony has been good, like, when it comes off the bench.
Last two games, he's actually made some sort of impact, but it's not enough where we're controlling the game to go and do something. Like he's beating his man. I'm thinking, wow, is Anthony like, is he woke up this morning with a headache or something? Because this is not right. But well, we'll see. Yeah, Hoyland should be way more fit for this game as well. Didn't get a lot of minutes against Newcastle, but he should, for me, he should be more sharp. But that's how you spell Hoyland. It's like,
Yeah, well, that weird thing. There we go.
yeah, there you
Okay.
go. That would be my 11 personally. Defensively structured, cover. Kobe can press a little bit higher. Hopefully, can control the game a little bit better.
For me,
Get the
this
ball out
thing
wide.
screams counter attack. Like,
Yeah,
Amrabat, Mino, back four, Garnacho, Anthony, and Hoyland. Just unleash them. Like,
that's the way I'd look at it anyways.
yeah.
I'm hoping for this. I'm hoping for this. Not can't do too much. I would if I had my own choice, I'd be bringing in Varane as well. Maybe Varane might come in for this game against. I would bring in Varane personally. I would honestly would have him next to Maguire rather than Lindelof. But I don't think he's going to pick him. That's just my opinion. I think Chelsea's. I think it kind of picks itself. Even I
Yeah.
think I could probably pick what you think. I can have a go if you want.
Where's Robert Sanchez, Reece James, easy. Uh,
Yeah, Reece
our
James,
11 really picks up.
Thiago Cucurella, Badiashile, or Badiashile. It's going to be
So,
Enzo. It's funny. It's funny because I wonder how you. This is I think this might be the first time Chelsea go into a more of a high caliber game. I don't think Thiago's. I don't think he's got a. Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
Might be the first time you're going into two games in the space of a few days with a higher. It's Badiashile, so Badia. There it is.
Okay. Of course, Enzo, Caicedo. Wait,
It's not typing.
Palmer. What is it called? Palmer. And things though.
Yeah, I wonder how you're going to
Oh,
manage 2 games a week. You're going to go Sterling, Mudryk, Jackson. It's obvious. I don't know if he's going to rotate. That's the thing. I wonder if he actually does rotate.
yeah.
Technically, you are rotating because you got 2 new fullbacks in, and you've got Cole Palmer in. But technically, you have kind of rotated.
Yeah. Sterling usually does well against United, to be fair.
Not really.
Then I swear he scored loads of goals for City.
Van Bissaka's locked him up like
Oh,
a few times now.
yeah. What's it?
Man City did
Mudryk.
score at Etihad though, but yeah, I can't wait. I'm so hoping you play Mudryk. I'm in. Can't wait.
No, well, we need to play Mudryk. Need to give him a run of games. Now, I know Jackson is like,
He's definitely picking
you
Jackson.
know,
You know it as well.
I kind of want to just see what Brocha does, but I don't
I'd
know
rather
if
not
it.
play. If he plays Broja, yeah, I'd rather not as well. I like Broja, by the way.
I think it will just give like United a target, like a
Yeah.
precise target. Um, but one of these games would love it. But yeah, like you say, our 11 kind of picks itself.
Mm.
Um, Sterling, Mudryk, Palmer. Maybe we go with Lavia if he's fit, but it would
Nah,
be
you can't throw him in there. I don't think Lavia's
yeah,
going to play yet. I don't even think Nkunku's going to play yet. Might get some minutes, maybe.
yeah. I think we'll maybe come off the bench, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um, so let's quickly do predictions
2-0.
to United. Mm, I'll go 2-2.
Fair enough.
So yeah, thank you for opinion. Um,
Yes. Appreciate it.
uh, I have your socials linked below, but can quickly shout them out.
Yeah, man, it's just right there. Never a foul. That's all you got to find me on. Or MUFC XCast on Twitter. Or MUFC.cast on Instagram if you want to find me there. But never a foul reacts. On the road to, well, hopefully we get 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year. But we'll see. Another 1,500 to go.
Yeah. Yeah, yourself for joining. And then as mine, Instagram underscore coach underscore corner, and then Twitter under 7083 0030, and then TikTok coach corner 1. Go follow me on there if you want. And yeah, road to 600. For the
Nice.
end of the yeah, so yeah. Um hopefully Chelsea win and hopefully we better you. Always fun. Of course, my best friend is a United fan, so always fun to see him lose. So yeah, cheers,
Fair
mate.
enough.